Hey, Coach, what are some of the things you hope to accomplish out of this trip to Canada? What are you looking to see since we're late in the summer, but earlier in the process?
Definitely late in the summer. Our men have been here for 9 weeks, and it's a great opportunity for us to come together. We're looking for chemistry, continuity. We're going there. Three of our players will not be playing in that. KJ won't be playing, Kayvon won't be playing, and Langston won't be playing. So we'll have a chance to see some of the other guys. We'll look at different rotations. We'll look at different lineups, a small lineup, a big lineup. We're just looking to see know-how. What carryover do we have from, the summer, as far as the philosophy, trying to build our identity, trying to see what players mesh well together. So I think it's a great opportunity for us. And at the same time, we're still going to try to go there and win a gold medal.
And you talk about identity. We're in year 3 here.
Yep.
Has the program kind of turned into what you envisioned it when you first got here?
I think it's still evolving, right? I think it's still evolving. I think we've done some great things here, and unfortunately in our business, you're judged on winning and losing. And I feel we've made significant strides, but what I'm more happy about is the infrastructure and alignment we're building around our organization. From our faculty and staff, to our students, to our alum, to the community. I think we've done a lot of good things, again, respecting tradition, respecting legacy, but trying to modernize Georgetown men's basketball given this new landscape of college sports, right? Everybody goes back to, 1984, 1985, this, that. Oh, love it. Times have changed, and we have to change with that, with the philosophy of now you're building teams versus building programs. And hopefully you have a foundation of, enthusiasm, excitement, gratitude, appreciation. Hopefully that's the foundation and the ethos of your organization, but you got to adjust to that. So I think we've come a long way, a long, long way, right? Every time you're climbing that mountain, you never look behind, but sometimes you got to see how far you've come and how far you've climbed.
Coach Thompson on the baseball team has done a really good job in the transfer world of having some tentpole players and bringing guys around them. How important is it to have a Malik here, have a Caleb here who kind of know the way you want to do things when you bring in new players?
It's funny you say that because we're going to have some players come to my house tonight and we're going to talk about how do you sustain culture. So we have some carryover guys, right? And not just them, but Mason Moses, right? Austin Montgomery, we have, Magic Mike from New Jersey, call him Magic Mike Rappaport. So those guys, Julius, Seal, Jaden Ford, we at least have some carryover where we didn't have year 1. We've had a lot of new players. We systematically did not take any freshmen last year. We will take freshmen as we move forward in that 2026 class. Those are the things we did from a strategic standpoint to rebuild, reconstruct, re-identify Georgetown basketball. So I like where we're at. I'm really excited to see some of these guys play. Julius played 5 or 6 games. Seal has never played in college. Fort's never played in college. So, you have some guys you've taken in the portal that didn't have significant minutes on their last team. So we're excited to see what they're about to do.
When you look at going into an event like this, obviously you're looking at lineups, those type of things. Can you prepare it all for teams you're going to see, or is it kind of just, hey, let's go play some basketball?
I like our lack of preparation with respect to, okay, can guys follow fundamentals defensively first and foremost? Right? Do you switch when you're supposed to switch? What's our ball screen coverage? We're not going to scout purposely to see what guys have carryover fundamentally on how we want to play. How we want to play offensively, how we want to play defensively, adjustments we have to make. The biggest adjustment these guys are going to have, Julius has experience with it, a couple of our Team USA guys, that have played, it's FIBA basketball. They can't call timeout on the fly. It has to be a dead ball. You can hit the ball off the rim. You can advance the ball the last 2 minutes. It's 4 quarters. So it's definitely an adjust. You have to get the ball over half court in 8 seconds. It's a 24-second shot clock, right? You don't know. The officials can be from anywhere around the world. They may not even speak English. So, it's a major, major adjustment, but it's also an opportunity for us to continue to grow. I mean, our schedule is a little bit more challenging than it was the first 2 years, given you're going to schedule based on where you think your team is capable of going. We have to stay healthy. The biggest thing for us is we have to stay healthy. Have to stay. We have not been healthy in 17, 18 months.
This is from Ron Bailey. He wanted me to ask you is defensively, do you think this team can be more offensive in terms of generating easy baskets?
I do think. I think this potentially could be one of the elite defensive teams in the country. I think our size, our length, our athleticism, our physicality, if our know-how, if our know-how is in place and our men are disciplined, emotionally, mentally, physically, I feel we can have an outstanding defensive team, and we can put many different lineups out there with our depth and our athleticism.
And then he asked, name 3 guys possible eyeing leadership roles and why.
Mo, Larry, and Curly. No, I think leadership-wise, obviously you're going to have some carryover. Malik, we're going to look for more leadership from. Vocally, I would say the biggest surprise leader we've had so far has been Jeremiah. Jeremiah is a natural leader. He's a natural leader, someone who is not afraid to make mistakes. And so many times in this portal, when players haven't had the opportunity to quote-unquote play their game at the last institution, many of them are afraid. Many of them are afraid. So what I can tell all these young men and women that are transferring schools that are coming, don't be afraid of mistakes. Deal with the consequence. Have amnesia for onto the next play. Learn from it, but don't be afraid to make a mistake. Don't be afraid to play with energy, heart, enthusiasm. Too many kids are playing on their heels, not playing on their toes. Coach got to inject energy into them. They got to give them confidence. Yet at the same time, you have to deliver. Right? Everybody wants this opportunity. Are they maximizing it, right? My game, what is your game? My game is winning. That's what we're about. And I think Jeremiah is of that mindset. And I think the third person that has to really pick his game up vocally is probably Vince. Now, what I pointed out was 3 of the older guys on the team. 3 of the older guys. You know, as KJ gets healthy, we'll see what he can add. But I think Jeremiah is going to be a surprise to many on just his toughness, his attitude, and his relentless approach. I know that was a long-winded answer, maybe the longest I've ever given my career, but it's real.
Ron would have appreciated that, though.
Are we good?
I don't know, we haven't talked to you since. Your thoughts on draft season with Mike and Thomas?
I appreciate that question. You know, when you're in Brooklyn and you have 2 of your players there, you know, what gets overshadowed is, you know, I'm so hell-bent on trying to build a program. You know, one of our assistants said, Coach, you have 2 players drafted in the top 40, one in the top 15. How can you not be excited for them, happy for them, and to see the emotion that comes out of them when they're crying, we're crying together as a family, a unit. I really appreciate them. They're going to be missed. I wish I had them both on this year's team, yet you come here, A, to be educated, to try to get to the NBA. That's where the program is over a 24-month period to have 2 NBA players, one of which was a really high draft pick. We're doing our job, and we're saying what we're saying to reestablish that identity of Georgetown basketball being a feeder system to that NBA.
I know we're getting closer to the season to talk about it, but you mentioned schedule. There's a lot of big names fans should get excited about on this schedule. You mentioned the why. How excited are the kids and the team and you to play a schedule like that?
Our players are really excited. It's one of these Hoya Bowl things we want to talk about. Remember that term, Hoya Bowl. Please remember that. Our players deserve it. I think we're earning it. A couple on the road are going to be really tough. Obviously, we're really excited to be playing Maryland again, right? New coach. Buzz is going to do a great job for the Terrapins, obviously going down to Chapel Hill with Coach Davis. Then bringing Clemson in, then going down to Florida to play in a really good tournament that has Dayton, BYU, a top 5 team in the country. Miami, a brand new coach, brought in a lot of talent. So over the balance of the schedule seems favorable. Next year, I believe the NCAA we're going to add a 30-second game, so you'll see more and more competitive games. But this is what I want to tell Hoya Nation. Please come cheer for us, not who we're playing for. And again, give us a chance to help build this program, help rebuild this identity. It doesn't happen overnight. And we need people to remain patient, but remain encouraged, excited, and enthusiastic to come watch Georgetown, regardless of who we're playing. We could be playing us 5 right here. I need us to come up with that same joy, passion, and desire to overcome adversity, continue to develop, and beat the hell out of teams. That's what I'm hoping for. You guys caught me on a good day.